For today's intro, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, going back to just before the events of Season 2, to a conversation between Raiji and a drunk man in a bar he had after one of his many fights at the Coliseum. Oh, hey, you're that, you're a arena guy. Yeah, wow, quite loud.
My name's Raiji.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Garth.
Hi, Garth.
Good to meet you.
You want a drink?
So, I'm good. Well, yeah, I do.
Bartender, 5 more drinks.
For me?
No.
I appreciate it.
It was 4 for me. Are you an android?
What? I don't know. What is that?
You're not an android, are you?
No, I don't know what that is, kid.
Do you have metal bones?
I'm not even sure I have bones.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. What's an android?
I don't know what it is. I just know my friends and I are looking for him.
So how
they're supposed to meet me, I think in a couple days. I don't know. I have a letter. Maybe I should open it. Yeah. But my friends are going to meet me. We fought androids.
Are they strong? Stronger than the stuff you fight in the Coliseum?
Well, yeah, stronger than the stuff in the Coliseum, but
that's
not strong enough. It's kind of boring here.
I know it's not for you, but that's some pretty strong stuff.
Not really.
It would. Most of the things you fight would obliterate me in 2 seconds. You'd probably do the same.
So you're not strong?
No.
Anyway, Raiji slowly turns away.
He thought he was strong this whole time. Okay. It was good meeting you. Thanks for the drinks.
Yeah. Oh, well, so if you see any androids, though, you let me and my friends know.
Who are your friends?
Well, just look for a rat, a lizard, and an elf. Or you can just go talk to Kite.
What?
Kite's my friend.
Is he a rat, a lizard, or no?
No, what is he? Anyway, you can go talk to Kite. He lives in my mansion.
Okay, yeah. Where is that?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Kite.
What?
Anyway, see ya.
As Raiji waves goodbye and focuses attention to the other many fans around him, Garth stumbles out of the bar. As he does, he passes a table with one individual. A hooded man with a top hat and cane resting on the table before him. A man who seemed quite interested in the conversation that was just had between Garth and Raiji. Now, back to present times, with the party having fully taken care of the demon dust/death dust business, they got some much needed rest. Well, that is except for Peter, who spent every waking moment cracking the cipher on the tablet he found within Cuckoo's lair. We cut to the catacombs below Sanctuary, where Peter has moved in with Renestier just before he finishes cracking the code. Has anything changed? There's a big alchemy bench probably in that main area now where he works because there's no other rooms yet. You haven't expanded at all. Other than that, has anything changed? Probably also in the other corner, a massive pile of supplies that have yet to be put to use.
Yeah, I would have in almost like a petty college roommate way, sort of drew a line across.
Okay.
This is your side,
sure.
This is mine.
A circle around the center.
Do not touch.
Yeah.
Don't just a sign that says please do not touch.
You have new armor.
Yes.
How does that look? It's plate.
Honestly, he probably would have just taken a lot of the bones and put it on his new armor. It's probably also black as well, just to keep the same vibe.
So black bone plate?
Essentially, it would just look like his old armor looked like it was trying to be plate, like he wanted it to look like traditional armor. This is just it fully realized.
Okay, yeah.
So it's metal now, but it pretty much looks very similar.
Okay.
So it's not made of
structurally,
ebony.
Like the bones are still there.
Oh, okay.
It's black. It, if you were to look at it from maybe a distance, it would look unchanged.
But now the bones are more accents, and the metal plating is the actual.
Probably a hell of a lot bulkier though.
Word.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. His movements
makes more noise when he steps around.
Yeah. Every time I walk, I'm like.
So after 7.5 straight days spent studying the stone tablet's code, Peter, you finally crack it. As the final Androphin character clicks into place on the tablet, it begins to pulse with a blue light for a couple seconds, and then it grows dim for a couple seconds before suddenly lines of numbers in the shape of an arrow begin to rush across the screen. Basically, every 5 seconds, it'll like rush across the stream, then it'll be dim for 5 seconds, and then rush across the stream.
Would this be a light bright enough to wake me up?
Probably not. It's very dim.
Okay.
But he can wake you up either way. And it looks like it points from where you are right now, northwest, appearing to be locked on to a specific location or direction, much like a compass always pointing north, if that makes sense.
Dude, you unlock Google Maps.
Is it possible to like shut this off and then turn it back on again?
You can try. Why don't you make a crafting or arcana check?
Did you just
I
ruin
wonder which one.
You just ruined the warranty. You just jailbroke your pad, dude.
God damn it. 30.
Yeah. Yes. There are on the side, now that it is like activated, there was no writing on it before, but it looks like there's androphane characters on the sides of it now that glow faintly. And when you hit them in a certain order, it stops doing that. Hit them in a certain order. Basically, you can turn it on and off. It looks like the only function, though, is this currently.
Okay.
I will remind you, you guys agreed upon meeting at Raiji's place once you were done with this.
What time of the day is it?
Late morning, like 11.
Okay. I'll walk over to Reunisteer.
Okay. Well, he probably wouldn't be there.
Am I at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said you would probably be asleep because I forgot that you were working.
Okay.
I thought you would have been up all night doing profit things.
I know where you work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to head out of the church and start heading towards the butcher.
Why don't we say when Phosphorus would have known he was close.
Peter.
He just, fuck. Yeah. Peter would have known he was close, so he would have just told you to take today off.
Oh.
So you have today off.
I thought you meant he's going to be running down the street like, I'm close!
No. So ahead of time, so you would have known that you weren't working today because it was most likely he was going to crack it
Gotcha.
today. So you are there, probably sleeping, catching up on sleep that you've been missing out on.
I'll just walk by, pick up like a loose rock and just throw it at him.
What?
Figured
Did you
it
get Okay. What does it say?
It points
Wait, what direction?
northwest. Northwest.
Yep.
Would that be... What would that run through?
It's that way.
I mean, from where you are right now, Ward 4 and then Ward 5. I mean, you don't really know where it's pointing. Could be pointing to something within the city.
Rough area more so. Yeah, I'm saying like, what would it run through? Like if it was a straight line all the way out the city, like it runs through Ward 4 and 5?
You guys are in the northwest corner of Ward 3.
Gotcha.
And so to the west and north, which Ward 3 is the southernmost ward to begin with. So it'd be a little bit of Ward 4. Obviously, there's walls in the way. You wouldn't walk a direct line.
I would
and then Ward 5.
distinctly stand up and like go over my cork board where I have like a map of the city and like kind of sketch out a line and sort of try to like piece together where it feasibly could be pointing to.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. It's kind of hard to tell because you don't know distance.
Text.
Okay,
more flavor text than me actually being like, it's right here.
For sure, yeah. Because like I said, you don't know distance.
Yeah, the board's more so to have put down every like little piece of information that might come up. So.
Word. Yeah.
Okay, well, we should probably...
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want, if we're going with the running theme that you knew it was coming soon, you probably could have given heads up to Eamon ahead of time.
While he was cracking it, I would have probably written him a note to Eamon saying, like, meet us at noon tomorrow at Raiji's house.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. And then we'd assume Raiji is at his house, because what else would he be doing?
Yeah. You could have written a letter.
Not leaving the city or anything. Who would do that?
You could have written a letter to his estate. Wouldn't have gotten word back.
To his poor agent.
Yeah.
Who's weeping in a black veil.
Yeah. I mean,
Is Reunisteer typically on time for our meetings? Late, early?
I think it depends on what happened the night before. But considering if I had been out the night before, which I wouldn't have if he told me that he was close, then I might be like groggy a couple minutes late. But I would say Reunisteer is pretty punctual.
Okay. So both of you around the same time would head towards Raiji's estate. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And like last time, I would keep the tablet like tucked between my coat and my back.
Word off.
Yes.
I assume
off.
Word. For the sake of keeping the party together, you guys come up from the south side of Ward 7. You guys being Peter and Reunisteer, Eamon Ward 1 is on the north side of Ward 7, so you come up the north entrance to Ward 7. I think the only other time you guys have come here has been during the night where the lifts aren't working. The lifts are working now, so all you have to do is wait. They're basically, think of mine, things like elevators that are pretty much open. They're just caged. Yeah, like that. They normally don't have a roof on them, but there's like barricades, so it's not easy to just trip and fall off hundreds of feet. You guys can take those up. That would put you on the east edge of the Golden District, which is basically all of the commerce and stuff. Coliseum's in that district as well. You guys would meet up on your way to Raiji's right before you enter the Hills, which is the richest neighborhood in town. So you guys would see each other as you walk down the street. This is the nicest part of the entire city. Very well paved brick roads. The most amount of horses and carriages you see moving about the city. All that jazz.
I imagine I would pick you guys out down the street sooner than you would pick me
Probably,
out.
yes. They stand out a lot more than you
The
do.
giant
Yes.
lizard man in black.
So I guess I would just get your attention, like wave my staff.
All right, we walk up to you.
Hi.
Are you wearing anything fancier?
Just what you saw me in last time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you got all dressed to the
Every
nines
time.
for the.
Every time I have downtime, I'm just leveling up my fashion game. No, I would just walk up and
Good to see you.
Does Phosphorus look any like more tired or haggard than
Who?
Does Peter look any more haggard or whiskers a little?
I would say you
bent
see
out of
like
shape?
bloodshot eyes, but my eyes are already red. So it's kind of hard to tell.
I just smell you.
I mean, I've been showering.
Where?
I did have to clean up his droppings from the corner.
In the slums?
Yeah, that's where he lives. Wow, look at you, right? High and mighty. Your own apartment, judging everyone else's appearance.
Anyway.
Oh, we just live in the crib.
Anyway, I'll just say that I have like Raiji's address on like a paper in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, have you guys heard from Raiji at all during
No, but I'm not
this
surprised
week
by
or
that.
so? Okay. I mean, I'm guessing you, as I kind of glance around and look towards Peter, say, guessing you figured something out?
Figured what out?
Doesn't matter.
Usually when I get messages from Raiji, it's just pictures of him fighting things anyway, so I think he should be fine.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I wonder if anything happened with his companion or friend.
Rival?
Competitor? Rival? All those things.
Yeah, Totro, the Red Devil.
Dabbling,
or Toto, as he
dabbling in the death dust.
affectionately called her. Yeah, like I said, Raiji's estate's in the hills. The hills gets its name for being hilly.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Ratfolk. Roll! The neighborhood is just east of the palace. You guys would walk by the palace. It is on the highest part of the plateau, slightly elevated. There are big grand steps that go up to it. Bunch of palace guards around there, bunch of palace guards on the wall surrounding it as well.
Don't you have an invitation to go there?
Yes, well, I figured we'd get to that at some point.
I have one too.
I'm not certain that I should go in there alone. I'm not exactly certain how the family feels about me, considering, undead is not really their favorite thing. So,
But your invitation is like a personal invite, right?
yes.
Interesting.
How did you get one?
It's less of a personal invite from the family and more of a out of game. What are the masked secret police called?
Oh, Kaikari. Those
It's not
are
like an
in the
invitation
palace.
to the specific. It's like the same area.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are right by the palace. But yeah,
Yeah, so it's like-
So you have an invite from the secret police?
he told you about it.
Yeah.
If you don't remember, he doesn't
I don't.
have a physical invite. When you guys stopped and saw the Kaikari investigating something,
I remember
him
that.
and-
Foster's doesn't.
oh, okay, cool.
The
So
Kaikari do have some loose relation to the Kaikari, right? Or is that the other family?
the Akio,
Akio family.
you said the Kaikari have relation to the Kaikari.
I meant Tau.
No,
Okay.
Kaikari have relation with the Akio family.
Akio, gotcha.
The Tau are the most prominent religious
Of Grimm,
clergy
correct?
of Grimm in the
Bad
city.
storytellers.
Yes.
To be honest with you, Grimm, followers of Grimm either love me or hate me, quite frankly.
The last one turned into a.
Okay, well, we
You
don't
would,
have to bring
yeah.
up old
To
wounds.
clarify, you would not know of a follower of Grimm that would love you, knowing what you are.
Well, the one,
well, actually, yeah,
like the one literally
yeah,
did.
Kuhara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
She might have ulterior motives, though.
She wasn't a robot when I first met her. That's all I'm
She
saying.
wasn't a robot when she died.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so you guys had the Raiji's. In this neighborhood, you pass many a absolute mansion or elegant-looking estate. Normally on the higher parts of the rolling hills that give the place its name. Raiji's estate specifically is in the southwest corner of the neighborhood, putting it relatively close to the Golden District and by proxy the Coliseum. Not like he ever went home anyways. You walk Ward 7's brick streets until you arrive outside an elegant 2-story manor surrounded by a 10-foot tall black metal fence. An older-looking orc dressed in a black silken kimono stands at the front gate. He opens it as you approach, bowing as he does so in a full bow with his one arm in front of him, one arm behind him, and he says, "Welcome, gentlemen. My name is Jinko. I'm a retainer of the Lord of the Estate. I've been told to look for the three of you.
Yes.
The Lord
Yeah,
of the
thank
Estate
you.
will see you." He nods as you guys go in through the gate, and he shuts it. Yeah, like I said, this dude's an older-looking orc dressed in a black silken kimono. He has a very well-kept graying goatee and mustache.
Raiji never mentioned him, right?
No, but
This guy's
Raiji
never
mentioned
come up.
multiple times that he doesn't live here. He is almost
know,
never
I
actually
know.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Raiji would not have mentioned him. So yeah, you walk through a sprawling courtyard and into the entrance hall of the mansion. Marble flooring, expensive silks, golden chandeliers everywhere you can see. Life of luxury for sure. Past the entrance hall is a 100-foot-long marble table with dozens of parchments and books sprawled out along its whole length. There is a massive glass window with a door built into it just past the table on the other side of the room that leads out into a big backyard where there is a large, muscular strider. Striders are the lizards, if you don't remember. Roughly the size of a horse, a little smaller. She can be seen lounging next to a fountain. She is adorned in gold-plated armor with Raiji's 2 old swords sticking out of the side of her side plating. A handful of retainers are fanning her with very big leaves and feeding her bits of kibble as she sits by the fountain.
Not
as
centipede
you-
snacks? Has she moved out of that phase?
No. Well, she got to keep her figure.
Oh, okay.
You see Kite. If you don't remember Kite, he is a young goblin man. Deep green skin, yellow eyes. He's now wearing a very fancy tunic with a ornate handled dagger tucked into his hip. Got long, floppy ears, a very vivid burn scar covering almost all of his left ear. He rushes by carrying a fresh stack of books, and he tries with all his might and just barely plops them down on the far left side of the table next to a human man sitting at that end of the table before he comes over to greet all of you. And he says, "Hello? Sir
Hello.
Peter, Sir Renistier, Sir Eamon.
Hi.
Hello.
We're here
I-
to see Raiji.
I have bad news and good
Oh.
news.
What?
Is he okay?
Sir Raiji has left the city. He said, in his words, he's bored.
Okay.
The good news is he sent a friend, he says, very clearly like not sure of their relation, looks down the table to the human man. He's been looking into the android stuff he's been telling everybody about.
Telling everybody about you said?
Yeah.
Raji's
Well, he
been
told
telling
me.
everybody. Okay.
How many people has he told?
Oh, I don't know. He goes to bars often.
God damn it.
Did he say anything else? Did he write anything? Did he ask about?
Oh, I didn't know Sir Raiji could write. Well,
I guess
at
I've
least-
never seen
You've
it.
never seen these pictures?
Well, that's yes.
It's
He
kind of
points to a wall, and there's just a bunch
It's a
of
fridge.
framed horror. Yeah, a fridge, just of Raiji's like elementary school level drawings.
the
He's like, I
triumph
love
of
the
Raiji.
idea of medieval fridge magnets. That has to be a thing.
It's just the Kruth, but it's 10 times bigger. And
Yeah.
Raiji's holding a massive sword.
Yeah, yeah. He says, "So, let me introduce you." And he walks down. Why don't you describe what
Mystery man.
Mystery Man looks like?
Yeah, so the mystery man sitting at the end of the table is wearing quite fancy clothing, with the exception, like more of like a tuxedo kind of thing. With the exception of he has a big long jacket,
Dress coat?
coat. Yeah, that's definitely padded, like armor.
So a much finer version of mine.
Yes,
Yeah, actually, that's a good way to put it. Yep.
exactly. It's just you, but better.
We're starting Literally, let's go.
with longish, like bright red hair.
So lacking a soul.
No, not ginger.
So
like,
he's an e-girl.
like
So-
made a deal,
so-
made a deal with the devil.
Ginger.
E-girl.
E-girl.
Ginger.
With tannish skin and a nice top hat, and sits beside him a cane with the ivory top of a wolf's head with a rose in its teeth.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Seductive.
He says,
This guy's almost as hot as Raiji.
yeah. Kite walks over and he says, this is Sir Diego.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello?
my name's Eamon.
A rat, a lizard, and a dark elf walk into a goblin's mansion. Tell me if you've heard this before.
Yeah, we just did that like...
I reach out my hand and shake him.
Eamon was just about to pull his hand
Yeah.
back, so he got like part way back. Was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. My name is Diego Roberts.
Hi. You
Pleasure
knew
to meet
Raiji?
you all. Raiji was the... Yes, I knew him very well.
Kindred spirits, some might say.
You are the three looking into the androids, I hear.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
assuming the Lord of the Manor told you that.
Kite says, in Sir Raiji's defense, I told Diego that part.
Okay.
I believe Sir Raiji never mentioned the three of you. Plus, I'm not sure. He kept talking about, I think, a different rat named Phosphorus. I'm not positive.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Raiji's colorblind, you know.
Yeah. What's your names?
Why did you tell him about the androids?
Who?
You.
I'm sorry, I asked a question.
Why did you tell him about the androids?
Because Sir Raiji sent him.
What are your names?
Renestier.
It's a pleasure.
Nice
And
to
you,
meet you.
Peter.
I'm still holding onto your hand. I'm like, yeah, I'm Eamon.
You can let go.
Sometimes I speak softly. People can't hear me. Sorry.
All right.
Who are you?
Well, I
Outside
got-
of the obvious.
Sir
Diego?
Raiji said to get him. He was good. I could tell him everything about what you guys are looking into.
I'll take it from here.
Okay.
I don't know if we could trust his discretion on
Tea,
people.
wine.
Tea, please.
Okay. He looks to the rest of you.
Alcohol.
Yep. Hard, soft.
Hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take soft.
Sorry, Eamon.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Somebody's flustered.
Yeah. He goes off.
No.
So
He
I
gets
just
a
take
couple
seat.
steps and then he goes, oh. And he stops and he goes, Jinko, can you get that for us? Because he is now the Lord of the Manor. But he's used to getting it for Raiji.
Did he mention that to us? That he's the Lord now?
Yeah, no, I've been confused by who
No.
the Lord is.
But
Are you the Lord? Or is
Yes.
she the Lord? As
No.
I point to Basil.
well, it's iffy.
It seems like there's a bit of a...
I do all of the stuff
Miscommunication.
that the Lord would do. But she's
She gets all the benefits.
So it's like
Yes.
a cat. It like owns you.
in a way.
Okay.
But yeah, I run everything now. I was told to assist you to the best I could. Any of Sir Raiji's friends, like Sir Diego here. So,
Congrats on the promotion.
yes, I am no longer a slave. He runs off happily.
Right, you dog.
Man, kindred spirits. Speaking of which,
How did you know Raiji?
Well, we go way back.
Where?
Kindergarten, you know.
He was an orphan and left his home extraordinarily
Quite.
early.
No,
And
the
where
truth is...
where was Raiji from?
The truth is... I met the brute at a bar.
Shocking.
He was talking on and on about you three and androids and this whole thing.
So you're
Eamon's just like stressfully like
so you were
pinching the bridge of his nose.
you are just a random patron at the bar who happened to talk to him.
Well, I was looking for information myself.
What interest do you have with the androids?
Well, it goes back to my friend Krista.
Doesn't ring a
Nice
bell.
old woman. She had a lot of trinkets I'd like to buy from her. She went missing a few days before I talked to the man Raiji. Shop was boarded up. I wasn't sure where she went, and nobody knew. I got in and found a secret basement. Turns out Krista might not have been as human as I thought. I pull out a jar with like blue goo in it?
All of you recognize it immediately as whatever was in that sphere way back in that laboratory in Koi. You found Eamon in your session 0 in a similarly hidden basement, a bunch of canisters that had residue of this stuff.
Did this take place in Wakuzana?
Yes.
Which district?
2.
What were you doing in Wakuzana before this took place?
Living?
You're from here then.
Yes.
What is your profession?
I do magic.
Can I see if he's full of shit from like the past 5 minutes?
I was about to ask if I could roll society or something too to just see if he.
I just want to see if he's full of shit.
Yeah. Eamon roll society, Foster's roll perception,
Okay.
Peter roll perception. If you don't remember, there's no contested rolls.
Can I get a circumstance bonus from
nope.
being a criminal?
Natural 20.
Okay. Oh.
Wow, natural 20.
Wow.
I won't
My
roll.
society was more to figure
24.
out not if he was full of shit. I just wanted to see if he seemed like. Does he give off an air of belonging to any kind of group in the city? Of like his accent,
Yeah.
like the way he dresses. Is it just completely unique in of itself, or does it come off like, oh, he comes off like he might have studied here or might have done this there? If not, it's all good. But
So we can both kind of fill in a little bit.
natural
So
20.
I don't think it's
Wasn't really full of shit in most of that.
Just
yeah.
parts.
The really only thing is that it's pretty clear that he does not know Raiji very well in any way.
I
Other than
picked up on
that,
part.
he seems pretty. he strikes you a little bit as sometimes when Eamon gets to talking, he puts on a silver tongue in a way where it's like he's not saying anything wrong, but he's putting it in a certain way. It doesn't seem like he's misleading you in any way. He just might rub you the wrong way, grind your gears a bit, if you might say. I don't think Diego would point to any specific place or group of people or anything like that. Eamon, if anything, he seems
Because he speaks differently than others in Wakuzana, correct?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't
Yeah.
know if that would give off an air of nobility of any kind or wealthier class. Or
He looks
poorer
well
class.
dressed. It wouldn't be a stretch if he was possibly nobility, although you do know. Well, actually, no, he's definitely not nobility. All
Not-
of the nobility
not
here,
Nobility, but
yeah, it doesn't.
an aristocrat of sorts.
Yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't seem like any main group at all. I would say.
Okay.
I don't know if you would seem aristocratic.
Maybe.
Do you? A little
Maybe
bit.
to some
I mean, he's
people.
wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah.
It's actually now
That's,
you.
well, yeah, that's
I'm
true.
wearing pretty nice clothes, and that's not
it's
nearly
actually
as nice as
it's
that.
actually only now you realize that he's positioned himself in a way that you don't realize he only has the front half of the tuxedo, and then he's
Yeah.
just bare assed in the
Yeah,
back.
they have. But yeah. Hey, the to go further on why I'm not really giving you an exact answer. One, Wakuzana is a very big place, so conceivably he could be from anywhere. It doesn't. Again,
You don't
doesn't-
have to find something just because it was a nat 20.
Yeah, fair enough.
If there's nothing more to say,
Yeah.
nothing more to say. It's all
Do
good.
you do more shows or have a parlor or anything? Do you have a stage name?
What kind of magic do you practice?
More of a street performer.
Oh, he's homeless.
Do you still have that blue liquid?
Yeah, you put it on the table.
Yeah, I put it on the table.
It
That's what-
disappeared.
Yeah.
For writing. You mind if I take a look at that?
Why? Would you like to know what it is? Because I do know that.
Okay, what is it?
It's the life force, it seems. Basically, everything you would need to eat, drink, sleep, anything you'd need to do to survive, that's what androids use.
But do you know what it's called or what it is? Besides it just being the life force.
Yes,
What is it?
it's tears from the moon.
Didn't know the moon was sad.
Why don't
I
as
roll
you
that?
all look around, all of the books on this table, almost none of them are like academia. They're things akin to folklore and legends.
That's what I was going to ask next.
Yes.
Is I was going to say, Raiji wasn't. I don't know if you gathered. He wasn't much of a reader.
Oh no, I had all of these brought in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jinko returns with everything. A very nice brandy for anyone who wanted harder. Something to drink. Tea for you, Diego.
No, I wanted softer.
Yes, a very nice ale for you. Nothing for you.
I would just set
Some
my hat.
cheese and crackers as well. He sets on the table.
Cool.
If you would like it.
I would just set my hat on the table and sit across from Diego.
Is that a name you learned from those books? Tears from the Moon.
No, the moon, specifically Elsif. The blue moon. The sky
Yeah,
moon.
all of you would be aware of that. We have actually never gone over this. It has never been pertinent. I guess I could have brought it
Astrology.
up when things. There are 3 moons in the sky every night on different moon cycles as
course.
well. One of them is a conventional white or silver moon. One of them is blue, and one of them is red.
Do you still mind
But
if
yeah.
I take a sample?
Elsif is known. Elsif is the name of the blue moon, not known as the moon.
I'll slide it over,
Okay. Got to start looking at this.
Peter.
Yeah.
If I have like a glass jar, I'd also like to like separate one and do like a sample, pretty much.
Yeah, like a little
A
vial.
little vial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that.
I just want to start inspecting this.
You would know, Diego. It does not seem volatile in any way.
Yet.
Correct. Yeah.
So, do you hope to find something about androids in these books here? I see they're not of the academic sort.
Yes, I'm mighty curious.
Is it
Any
just
luck
a
so far?
passing curiosity that you're looking into this?
Well, I do miss my friend Krista,
That's fair.
and she owed me some money.
The truth.
I'm just kidding. She really was a
If
sweet
anything,
woman.
you might have owed her money.
Oh.
He's more just like making sure she's dead.
Oh, no.
No, I don't owe
she
you that
knew too
5
much.
gold.
The only one who's going to kill you is me. Yeah.
Look, when's the last time you've met an actual android? I mean, it's got to be fascinating how their minds work.
We've met a couple.
Yes, but have you picked their brains?
About 8 days ago. I met
Quite
one.
literally, yes.
No. It's not what I mean. Not literally.
That's what you asked, though.
You want to talk to them?
I want to
I'm
know
sure there's some
them.
out there that don't behave like the ones we've come across.
Well, I don't know that. I've never met one that has been friendly.
I haven't either, but can keep our hopes up, I guess.
As far as I know, these are creatures that are programmed. So, I guess, hypothetically, I suppose if it was somebody who programmed it who was a benevolent kind of creationist, they would probably be a nicer android, but don't really have a lot to go off. So, as far as I'm concerned, any androids that we come across are not friends of ours.
So so to cut right to the chase, I guess, what do you think we can do to help you in your investigation? Clearly,
And vice versa.
you're not here just to help us. You want something out of this, like your friend. But why do you think we'd help you?
Well, I'm not sure. It was just worth a shot.
Do you have any?
But I have a
Any-
feeling that you will help me.
Do you have any leads whatsoever other than that? I look to the jar that Peter's analyzing.
I mean, yeah. Would you like to know what the androids were created for?
Yes.
By all means, please.
Well, they were created to test the Earth.
For what?
The Earth? Do we call it the Earth?
No, Alios.
To test Alios.
Welcome to Earth.
They were here to test Saturn.
Yes.
You didn't know we're on Saturn this whole time.
That explains the rings.
Yeah, they were created to test Alios.
For what?
Prepare it for humans.
So they're leftovers from a long gone, forgotten age?
I guess you could say that.
Interesting.
Leftovers or
How do you know
something
this?
else. Well, it's just out there. It's information. I'm an information gatherer. I do that.
Okay, where do you source this information? As you can imagine, this was highly sensitive information that, as far as we knew, not many people knew about it. So I guess I would just like to prod how exactly you obtained this information, because
I attain it from many places.
like
Many places. There's books. There's people.
yes, but you could
There's
also
the
just
world around us.
pull it out of your ass.
I could. And I would tell you if that's where it came from, but it didn't come from there specifically.
I'm sure you have good intentions, but I don't know you from Adam, and essentially I'm just wondering to get a feel on how you get your information.
I hear things. I talk to people. I don't know what else you want. I have a keen mind, as you can say.
And a magician, eh?
I understand things more than other people understand them.
Could you demonstrate some of your magic?
Does
Some
he
of my
do magic? Do you do magic? Oh, yes, that kind of magic.
I'll use I'll cast a ghost sound
Okay.
and I just project my voice project a sound. I don't think it's even a voice. It's just like a
A literal ghost sound.
yeah.
It's just auto-tuned.
Yeah, you specifically can't create intelligible words.
Yes.
Or other intricate sounds.
So that's just to Eamon then, correct?
No, everybody.
Everybody hears it.
Okay,
It
the
was
minute-
behind Eamon.
The minute I hear that, I'm kind of like hand on hip towards my whip. Like, so you use magic, not just like hand tricks.
I said I was a magician.
That could mean a lot of things. There's traveling road shows that have magicians. That's a little different than someone who wields magic.
Yes,
Diego, you hear a whisper in your ear close to your head.
Mm-hmm.
I too have the same.
What are you? Don't tell me.
I'm a half drow.
Just asked him.
You are.
Amen. I said.
Can I roll?
I hold up my hand and say, it was the ring.
I just want to get a vibe if I can tell what kind of magic he uses. I literally just want to just ask him a couple prodding questions and just try to guess from there.
You just fucking cold reading him.
The magic I just used was an item.
Yes. I believe he's implying that like there's a not role played through quick back and forth.
Yes. Just because I don't want to
Actually.
You can ask. I mean, I know enough to kind of fill the gaps if you have specific questions.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that esoteric lore.
That's a 30.
Wow. You got 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
To know what kind of magic I use, he's only seen me use an item.
Yeah, he's asking prodding questions.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah, like I said, we're out of game doing a couple prodding questions.
Okay.
I'm doing
so I don't have any say in how I respond.
No. I mean,
I'm just saying that I'm trying to do the thing where I like somebody who's just asking leading questions. It's like, oh, add these numbers, and then it's like, oh, you said red. It's like you were thinking red the whole time.
Yeah,
that's what
I know
I'm
it's
just
a
trying
role,
to do.
but when it's a player to player, it comes off like something that should be spoken.
yeah,
as
he's
far
not. He's not swaying you in any way, though. He's identifying you. Any of you could identify each other. It's like you guys rolled to identify that he's a dampier in the beginning.
If you're like
Yeah, which
not
none of
cool
you
with the role
passed.
play part of it, that's okay. We
No.
don't have to.
No, it's totally fine. As far as knowing what kind of magic I use,
Well,
that's
I'm
pretty basic.
Yeah, I'm just like
Knowing that I
like,
use primal magic is like a normal.
Yeah.
Yes. So you ask a lot of prying questions, and the final thing he says is a nature-based thing.
Well, he might actually just notice that I'm a little damp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and windy, huh?
That
Looks
might
like
give,
you
I'm not
pissed
windy,
yourself.
just damp.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This might be the first time this actually comes like into play
That's
here.
true.
Of, like,
I forget that
you would,
every
without
oracle
having to
has
ask any
some-
questions.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm either sweaty or like that's salt water.
So you
You're
probably
really
don't know
nervous.
You probably don't know he is an oracle, but you definitely know he
Yeah.
wields primal magic.
Yeah. Your magic is primal in nature, is it?
Yes, not what I just did earlier, but yes.
It was an item then?
Yeah. I hold up the ring on my finger.
Interesting.
So do you just use your magic for shows?
I mean, more or less. I can use them. I can use it for more things. Preferably not combat-related things.
So you steer clear from most violent interactions.
I would rather not.
Fair enough.
Do you use
Don't
weapons
worry,
of
he
any,
doesn't want to harm innocent.
do you use weapons of any kind? I point or sort of nod towards the cane.
Yes, I'm a swordsman.
Is that a sword?
I kind of like flick it up so it like
That's so cool.
hops out.
I just walk over to you with a stamper and stamp it on your head that just says approved, and it's got me with a thumbs up.
It's just in Russian.
He's the best of all of us.
I don't know it in Russian. Just because I use a Russian accent doesn't mean I speak the language. Let me pull it up here and Google Translate. Hold still, audience.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
I'm just broad stroke. Fine. Suka
Sorry. Okay. Wonderful. How? So you said you had a lead on. What was your friend's name again?
Krista.
And you said she just had items you were interested in. She was like a shop owner or something.
Yeah. She owned knickknacks, tallywhacks, patty cakes, hams, all the fun
How
stuff.
expensive were these knickknacks?
Enough.
Like this side of town or like District 3?
Oh, District 3. But still, she did gouge prices quite a lot. But, you know.
So you've been in Wakuzana your whole life. Do you have any other connections that may be of assistance outside of Krista?
Out of game, how old do you look? You're a human, right?
Like early 20s.
Okay.
Young adult for sure.
Mm-hmm. No, not many other resources that would help in this area.
I see.
We might understand why we're a little hesitant to share what we know.
We don't
What are
know
ways?
too well.
What are ways you could help us other than? I mean, you've already told us some useful information, but as far as pertaining to things we can do anything about today,
As you can tell, this is a delicate situation where these are beings who can replace sentient beings or take on the visage of a more traditionally living creature. How do we know that you are not an android? That could be some of your life essence.
I actually have an idea.
I have a pretty tried and true way to test that.
I was saying androids are resistant to poison. Why don't I just poison you?
Okay, let's ignore that one.
I think that's a great idea.
Sets
he's
the
going-
wine down.
He's going with the Salem witch strategy.
let's ignore the rat.
I wouldn't use
We
one of my
tie
good
cinder blocks to
poisons.
his feet. If he floats
listen,
to the top,
You drink some arsenic, you're good to go.
Witches are notoriously immune to fire.
Anyway, Elf, what was your Eamon?
yes, Eamon.
Eamon, what was your idea?
I attempt to cast a spell on your bones. If they are metal, they will glow red and melt you from the inside. If you have no bones made of metal, nothing will happen.
I don't see why not.
I like the poison idea is better.
Just for safety reasons, you don't have any metal on your person at the moment.
It won't hurt the metal on his person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you can, yeah,
I just
You're
sometimes
talented
make a
enough
lady come
to-
out, so I'm not that.
to focus it on my bones, I'm assuming.
Yes, you hear me speak a language
Joy, magic.
that I don't know if you know or not, but
It
the
translates
language
to
I
bones.
speak when I
bones.
cast spells.
Oh, wait.
And I whip my hands a bit, and you see the sort of like heat waves, like tremor between you and I. And does anything happen?
No.
You found me out.
No. Yeah, this is the thing where a character comes in and kills. This is the John's a real new character. No, it does. It would, for aesthetic, it would just pass right through him.
The house lights on fire.
Well, he's definitely not an android.
Well, okay.
Do you have that going for me?
To be fair, Kuhara didn't have anything metal in her.
She wasn't an android.
Oh, that doesn't reassure.
I mean, yes, nothing can reassure it. If you remember the first time I met you, you drugged me into an alley.
Yes, that was to test your magic.
Yes, in the same in the same way, leaps of faith must be taken. Maybe not all at once.
Not
all
these
at
were
once.
different circumstances. Back then, we were out to look for vegetation.
If you let me finish, I don't mean we trust him with everything, but maybe a little bit.
I could agree to that.
So it's settled. You will be staying with Eamon?
Sure, I have a place to stay. Do you have a place of your own in town? I assume you do. You live here.
I have places to stay.
I told you he's homeless.
Well, if you'd
I'll
like,
bunk with you though. Why not?
Check the black book.
I have a
blank.
cot at my apartment if you'd like.
A cot? Yeah.
I have books too. I don't know if they would be of any interest to you, but you're welcome to thumb through them if you'd like.
What kind of books?
Insert the part where I didn't get the specific books in my apartment. Mostly a little bit more on the academic side. There's some stories.
Magic for dummies.
Academic how?
The kind of academic you would find, for example, in the assembly.
I'll pass.
It's up to you.
The assembly doesn't know much.
Not about stories, no. I would agree on that.
Not about magic either.
Well, we can
Weird.
agree to disagree on many a thing. I've learned to do that very well in this group.
Kite returns and he says, "Should I have the retainers prepare dinner?
Yes, absolutely.
Or lunch?
Sure.
It's lunchtime, not dinner?
I would love that. I would love some more
Farmers call
tea
this
too.
dinner.
Okay. Yeah. He gets you all lunch. You can all eat.
Yeah.
Before we eat, I'm just going to
white bread sandwiches.
All drank at the same time. It was just funny.
I'm going to go off to like a different room and just check the tablet real quick to make sure it's still in the same direction.
It's pointing towards
I
Diego.
mean, it looks now it's a little bit more west than northwest.
Because we walked.
Yeah, because you've moved
I just wanna,
north.
like,
but yeah,
adjusting for that, I just want to make sure. It's
yes,
still
it looks
pointing
like
to
nothing has changed.
Okay, I'll
other
turn
than where you are.
turn it
Yes.
back off and hide it.
Okay.
So you're a rat,
You are very observant.
and you don't like magic, I can tell.
Mm-hmm. What, you think all rats are magical?
No.
Man, you're racist.
What? I just think it's interesting.
How?
Well, I don't know. I guess I figured you would be magical of some sort, but maybe you just didn't have any talent for it, and you decided to go elsewhere.
Why
In your
would I try
pursuits.
to be magical?
I'm like drinking heavily.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's the superior way to be.
No, it's not. And by the way, not all rats are magical. I don't know where you got that from.
No.
Your knowledge seems to be lacking quite a bit.
So, Eamon, how's your day been going?
I just like scoot towards Renisteer a bit.
Yeah.
You,
Wow, that
have
was
to
really
keep,
good.
you have to keep that and use it throughout the rest of this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be my
Sound
sound
bite.
effects. Yeah.
Just pitch it higher. and
Chair
lower.
scoot sound effects.
So how was your break, Renisteer? Downtime, Christmas break. How was the past week for you?
I visited family and had a wonderful time. Amen. I'm not good at lying.
I wasn't asking you to.
Oh, I don't know. I just worked at the butcher shop.
Nice. Very good. Gave the day off then, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As I just in the background, they're like, "Rah, rah, rah."
Just making small talk.
So,
This beer's
These sandwiches are pretty
This
good.
beer's pretty malty.
what is your guys' plan?
Yeah, so where are we going next?
Why don't we...
I have a rough direction we can probably head towards.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we can feel.
Guesswork.
How do you feel
I
about
love it.
being
I know, it's
field
great.
tested?
Field tested.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean by field tested?
Well, get your boots dirty. We might have a lead, so prepare for anything.
Before we do
I'm always
anything,
prepared for anything.
how much did Raiji tell you? We know why you're out looking for androids. Do you know why we are?
Yeah, I assume.
How much do
he
you know?
literally just brought up androids and then told you about Kite. And
I was going to say, he might not even know
Or
why
just
we're
Kite,
looking at
actually.
androids or what we have a lead on in the first
No.
place.
So you have met androids before.
Yes. And as we've made it very clear, they haven't been the most positive experiences.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. We got super off topic. Renisteer was talking about androids. They're programmed, whatever. You are aware, at least in these old tales you've been reading in this cross-referencing of a bunch of folklore and stuff, that is not the case. They are as living as every other sentient humanoid race that at least you are aware of. I was going to tell you that, but I forgot.
That's just swell.
But yes,
My bigotry remains.
we've
Well, you guys have not had reason to not believe that.
yes, I think I was the one that most recently interacted with one. It was up to nefarious activities, but over the past months and months, we've had a couple run-ins, and they haven't been positive, and we want to find out why. And they seem to be all related. I'm not sure if the androids, how they function, but at least all the ones we've ran into have been related to one another and have been a part of something. We don't know what, but something negative, and we'd like to find out what it is before it hurts us or people we care about.
Negative in what way?
Well, I mean, it's been behind, for example, kidnapping, hurting various innocents,
I nod at you, acknowledging.
the dispersal and giving out of something called death dust. Have you heard of that? Leading people, many a person to be to die, essentially. But yes, and even hurt some people that we care about. And
You just to clarify for you, John, because we obviously didn't go over this. You would a lot of the city is not. It's not like the talk of the town, but a lot of people have heard rumors about people being possessed by stuff. Maybe not death stuff specifically, but you are aware that some people are going into just like murderous rages randomly,
Yes.
or were. It hasn't happened in at least we'll say around 7-ish days. But yeah,
For some reason.
obviously you were a bit aware of that concept.
And it seems to have targeted us along the way as well. So, I can't speak for everyone, but I guess it's the strike before we are stricken kind of thing.
Unfortunately, we keep finding ourselves on the off foot for most of these interactions we've had with whoever or whatever we've been dealing with. So we hope to be able to, for once, start off on the right foot.
Fair
So
enough.
that's why we're doing it. And we have spent some time over the past, not quite a week or so, seeing if we could find any more leads. And Peter thinks he might have one.
Well, I say we get going then. Do you let me finish my tea, though?
How about if
Of
you...
course, go ahead.
How about...
I don't think there's anything in that cup.
I'm just sitting next to like a doll.
If you help us with this, we could always go take a look at where your friend went missing and see if we can put anything together.
I've already combed that place.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
Is that... Sorry if you've already mentioned this, but is that where you found the lunar tears or whatever?
Yes,
Do you want this back or you want me to hold on to it?
I'll take it back. It's probably safer in my hands.
You hear
Phosphorus-
like the clicking back of a hammer and a gun under the table.
I was saying
just
he's gonna-
Han Solos you.
He's doing the Arthur meme with like just the grit hand.
Twitching by his holster.
Except it's holding a bomb. Yeah. So what do we?
Well,
What do we do?
I'd say we let Peter lead the way.
All right, follow me.
Thank you for hosting us, Kite.
Yes.
If you find a way to come in contact with Raiji at all, give him our best regards, I guess.
Yep. I'll let you
And
know.
keep taking care of Basil.
Also, if you need anything at all from us, don't be afraid to ask.
Yes. Well, if you need anything from me, I am filthy rich now. So,
Can you give me money?
for what?
Alchemical research.
Okay, to help with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I might have to.
Yeah,
Might take some time,
that's fine.
liquidate assets and such. But
Thank you.
All 10 of Raiji's Rolls Royces out front.
This is
He's gonna
where we play
liquidate some
Kite
assets.
going through a side quest of just like gathering rent from people.
I imagine if Raiji had a car, though, it'd be like the Flintstones one where he just
for
runs.
sure, because he's quicker than
Yeah.
most cars. Yeah.
All right, lead the way, Peter.
All right, it's this way.
Where you headed?
Towards that direction.
Okay.
About every, I'd say like 5 blocks, I'd stop, motion to him, them going into alley to check the tablet, and I'd come back out just to make sure we're still going.
He got the text. Sorry, he's
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to hide it from him and anyone else watching.
Okay. That is going to be tough to hide it from Diego if he's walking with you.
No, that's what I'm
in
saying, like,
every
what if we
5
explain-
That's what I'm
blocks.
saying. Like him stop Diego. Like I don't care if he knows I'm
yes.
doing something. I just don't want him to
we
know
can
exactly
explain
what
it's just
is.
something we don't trust him with
a
yet.
performance check.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's going to know something.
Oh,
about it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't want to tell him exactly what
Okay,
it is.
for sure.
I'd just be upfront and honest. Please, checking the means of how we are finding out this location. Can't say more than that before we know you better.
But of course.
That was ominous.
Okay.
Oh, no. You can always trust me.
I mean, there is no west exit to Ward 7. So let's say you exit down into Ward 1 and then go at this point when you're in Ward 1, which is basically a straight shot west is Ward 5. It looks like it's pointing pretty directly west. Not a lot of north to south pointing anymore. Well, just north. It was north. Yeah. You keep doing that as you make your way through the city, all the way to the west exit gate out of the city. It is still pointing west out of Ward 5's main entrance out west.
Do we need any supplies before we go?
I should be good.
To get
Wait, I'm sorry. I was looking
We're
at
leaving the city.
my spells. You said we're leaving the city.
the arrow is still pointing straight west around where you guys are at the Ward 5's west exit of Wakuzana.
Is this towards anything outside the city that I'd be familiar with?
There is a small. It's not directly west. It's on the Cape or whatever peninsula.
Mhm.
It's in there. It's a farming
Coast-ish.
community, but that's much more northwest than west. Outside of all of Wakuzana is a bunch of farmland in smaller
like rolling
communities and
hills,
such. Yeah, pretty
prairie
much.
type?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything from I mean, like every kind of farm field you can think of, ranches and stuff. The city itself is very big, but every farmer would like to have a stone throws away a massive market like this to
The city
So the
literally
produce-
needs that
Yep,
food. to
exactly.
live.
So there's no
Okay.
like main thing this way. All of the main cities in New Ranku are east of Wakuzana or south of Wakuzana. So there's no big city. It's mostly farmland, and that quicker than any other direction. The sea is to the north, east is along the coast, south is back towards Moila and Koi. West, quicker than any other direction, gets into just like forest than anything.
How about
But yeah.
we follow this till it gets close to nightfall, and if it goes past that, we can come back and get supplies. I mean, if we want, we don't know how far away something might be, so we could always go get supplies now, but I don't know if I'm quite ready to commit to a perhaps day's journey.
I would agree. I'd have to make some preparations with my work.
Maybe we just see
I got PTO now, so
where it leads today.
All right.
Benefits, nice.
By the time you get to that gate, it would be about 3:00. A couple hours of travel through the city. Maybe add 30 minutes for stopping every 5 blocks
I
to
would just flip my cloak around.
Look.
That's about it.
All right.
Everybody's good?
So we're just stopping here.
No, I think we're going to continue out till dark.
We'll
If we haven't
continue
found our
outside the
location,
city.
we'll come back.
I'd like to sleep in a bed tonight.
Okay.
Cue travel music.
where
Yeah.
are we going? God knows where.
So you guys are going until it gets dark.
Yeah.
Starts
then
at-
turning around?
starts to probably with enough
We would
time
like
that
to
we
get
get back in the city when it starts.
Back into the
Okay,
city.
it would
Dusk.
definitely, you would go a couple hours easily. And if you kept going, it would definitely get dark before you leave.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
probably
then we would just do
return.
that. Go out until it seems like it's a few hours before dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You
if-
probably have
if-
about
if nothing
4
comes up,
hours
we would
before
still-
dark. It's 3, so you would go 2 hours.
Yep.
Still pointing. Passing
Okay.
a bunch of farm land and such.
Well, how about we perhaps
Make preparations, meet here
in the morning?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, at the gate in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're
that's
2
what I-
hours
yeah.
out now.
I thought we had gotten back, and this is no. Yeah, okay. I get.
Yeah, you guys can have turned around and come back.
Yes.
It might be nice to go home and study a few maps or something just to see,
Yeah. We
get
can
more familiar with the area.
make more preparations, see if there is anything of note in this general direction, and culminate our information.
Yeah,
So Diego,
absolutely.
do I call you sir, or is that just what Kite was doing?
That is what Kite was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, Diego.
I believe that he was used to being a slave.
We don't all call people sir. And then
So Diego comes back with you?
it's up to him. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
Still planning to stay at my place?
Of course.
All right. It is in Ward 1.
Renister, do you stop by work to tell him?
Would it be open still?
Either way, you can just leave a note or something. Basically, I'm asking if you would let
Scratch
work
a note.
know
Which
that you're going to be gone for extended period.
what ward is it in again?
It's in Ward 4, so it'd be right on your way home.
So I actually probably on the way back in the morning would
okay.
tell them. So I'd like walking through, I'd let them know I might be a couple of days.
Okay, for sure. Anything you guys want to roleplay through or do? I mean, you're kind of just sleeping,
Yep.
so there's not a lot of like downtime for you to do anything.
I'd probably talk to Diego a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like once we get back to my place, if you remember the description of my place, it's on the second or third floor.
Third floor.
Third
Do you
floor.
have Netflix here?
Get back. Yes.
Would you like to Netflix and chill?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just dying to catch up on Stranger Things.
Oh, get out.
I've got Now You See Me on Blu-ray.
So as I just like close the door, I'm like, yeah, make yourself at home. You're welcome to I mean, I might have some food in the pantry. Again, I know you're not super interested in the books. You said the assembly doesn't know much about magic. I'm on a bit of a quest of my own to learn more. If that's not the place, where should I go?
Well, unfortunately, there's not many alternatives. You just kind of have to learn yourself, I've found.
So you learned that my magic was primal. What kind of magic do you use, if you don't mind me asking? If you had to put it into one of the schools.
If I had to put my current magic in one of the schools, I would say occult.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is this something you learned over time or something you were born with?
Well, I was born with magical talent. I found my way to the university at the school at the assembly at a young age, and unfortunately all of my professors did not know as much as I did, so I decided to separate.
Interesting.
Yes.
It just bored you?
They don't really understand what magic really is.
What is it?
It's unlocking your mind. It's maximizing the amount of information that you have and you can give. It's true knowledge. It's not borrowing powers from some other source.
Interesting. I've actually never really taken too many classes at the assembly. I've used their library and done a little bit of research for them, but I'm not sure how they conduct their studies. Do they think it's just learn the incantations, learn the materials you might need and the right words to say, and that's kind of it?
Yes. You learn more and you can get more powerful, cast more spells, but it's not understanding the basics of what the spells are.
Interesting.
Where is it truly coming from? Everything is coming from your mind. That's why the androids fascinate me so much. It's not a normal mind.
What's different about it?
Well, it's mechanical.
Made by someone?
To specify, he understands that they were made by Elsif, the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to put myself in a medieval setting where the moon's not just a rock that everyone knows is a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I have to put it into context of all the stories of that makes sense. The moon would make stuff.
Yes. Yeah, the moon definitely does that.
The moon makes things.
Yeah, I mean, to quantify, there aren't many. There would be some cultures that have, obviously, with the world as big as it is, that astrology is important to how they live and function.
It's more mapping though, not like
Yeah.
scientific.
Well,
understanding
there
of it.
are some spiritualisms, less about divines and more as way of lives, less direct worship of a divine or chosen that the moons would be involved in. It's also worth noting that each of the moons is normally associated in general with some things. Like the white moon is called the silver moon because it's functions. It's the cycle that lycanthropes have to worry about. No one really knows which came first, it being called the silver moon because of lycanthropes, or it is the silver, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The red one is known as the blood moon. A lot of devils and demons and fiends and more not so great folks or creatures normally use it as a clock for when they're most powerful. No one knows if there's a lot of truth to that. A lot of that is just superstition or folly. There are some things that exist. In Elsif, the blue moon, the sky moon, is often related to divination. A lot of divination magic will use Elsif, the sky moon, for it and such. But yeah, not in a way that it directly oh, the moon's in this phase, so it's bad luck today. But in some divination wizards will, when they use divination spells, it is shown the moon is what they read off of in their magic and such. But yeah.
So I might have the opposite problem as you, Diego. I have large amounts of magical power within me, and I'm learning more and more. And I studied when I was young as well, not at the assembly, but I had a mentor. but I have an alarmingly small amount of knowledge on it, and I hope to change that. Maybe traveling together for some time might help.
Perhaps. If we're willing to understand, you will learn it.
I sure hope so. Have you heard of the Magin?
Yes, I have.
You would probably know roughly about what everyone else knows.
That's what I was about to ask.
I know about roughly what you know.
Then the question doesn't need to be asked. Anyway, the remote's over there. The Xbox controller is actually underneath the pillow.
Don't delete my file.
Yeah.
Sign in as a guest. I swear to God. We proceed to play Just Dance for the rest of the evening.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I would ask you, do you like your clothes?
Do I like them?
Mhm.
Yeah. I would say so.
Would you like anything touched up?
I mean, yeah, I take the hat off and there's still some like dirt stains from it falling into the alleys
Mhm.
and shit from the past week. I'm like, yeah, I mean, other than basic laundering, I mean, do you know, are you a
Color,
seamster?
pattern, texture. What would you like to change about the hat?
Wow. I don't know. Can you, as I have the cloak on, that's now like a black color. I'm like, can you make it match this, the dark color with the gold accents?
Yes.
Does he have like a bunch of shit on him?
I do have
Did he bring in like a big pack?
I do have a big backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I figured.
And I reach in, there's like a torn piece of paper from like a book, like clearly from a book that I just tore off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like kind of wave my hand over it. And I grab the hat and just run the paper over the hat, and it just changes the color. And the paper disappears.
You, as a
Wow.
magical person, you very clearly used a spell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it was, just to clarify if it wasn't obvious.
I haven't been around as many magicians as Renister has. So I don't have any preconceived notions about them.
Yeah.
That is permanent, by the way. So hopefully you like it.
It doesn't match the red. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the gold is just a little off.
Oh, no.
That's
made it
yellow.
What the fuck?
Lavender.
It's actually just a mesh now.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
Horrible in the rain.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, just that's the door to my room. Knock if you need anything. If not, I'll see you in the morning.
I was gonna say, in the meantime, I wouldn't be doing like information gathering, but I would be doing like a casing of my I want to say district again. God damn it.
Ward.
Ward. Yeah, I'm gonna be casing Ward 3 of like crime or anything like that, just to
All of it?
it's
Or just your area?
enough that I can still sleep. So like I'm just sort of roaming around until
Okay.
I need to go to
Taking
bed.
For
lap.
sure. Why don't you make a intimidation check
Okay.
to, in parentheses, gather information.
You better
in
not commit any crime
the
while I'm
way that you
sleeping.
gather information. Yes.
Before he leaves, I'm also going to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd probably be like
Getting.
suiting up.
Yes.
Justice. I'm looking in the mirror. Just justice. Justice.
He's putting the eyeshadow
Yeah.
on, so the
Actually, I
mask
probably
doesn't
would.
show
I'd
his-
be smearing on like black war paint to cover a
The
bit.
color, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
So now that we actually have a moment here, what exactly is with this?
What do you mean? As I'm putting lip liner on.
It's not a face.
I mean, to me, it seems like you're having a psychotic break.
I sort of stop and assess what you just said.
I mean, you are a completely different person at some times, and a lot of times it seems like it's not all in control.
Have you ever felt like you just failed in a way that is so completely personal to you that you can't quite get over it?
Not yet.
I have. See, when I joined my order, it was with the intention of keeping people safe. And regardless of what may happen to me, that's part of what I try to embody. With Kubo, I felt like if I had been smart enough or more observant or quicker, we could have saved him, but I wasn't. And it's a strange thing to be able to see the very essence of your own God manifest from you, but not feel like you have an answer from them. So, to me, when I failed to save that boy, I felt the only way I could really get back in touch with the God I worship is to embody every aspect of him. So am I the same Renastier? Not really for me to say. But some things need to be done. And if it means me being put in harm's way to make sure that innocent people aren't harmed, then that is what I'm committed to. I'm not trying to be a maniac or a zealot by any means, but there was the regrettable instance where I fish hooked that one guy. Really didn't deserve that. I misread it. I thought he was a drug dealer, whatever. I said a lot of prayers after that one, but
The guy was ginger like the new.
I know that's why I got the bad vibe. I cased him, but I can't quite go back to just being myself if it means that someone else may be harmed by my inaction.
So, because something happened that you have no control over, you're now going to be doing this?
I'm not out of control.
There was a moment where you weren't wearing the getup and you attacked someone that was going to walk out and lead us to where we wanted to go.
It's because he was dealing the stuff.
Absolutely, but the guy was a moron. All we had to do was follow him to get to the bigger picture.
He didn't talk much outside of killing someone in front of me, which was already a mark against him in my eyes.
As he was being stabbed by all three of them.
The one that had fallen had gone unconscious, and especially considering he was dealing the stuff, he must have had some. Well, no, he was a moron. But
He was an absolute
I had
moron.
no idea at the time that he had no inclination that he was causing that.
All I'm saying is that while this is going on, being able to trust you completely is not something that I can do at the moment.
I would not let any harm come to any of you.
It's not what I'm worried about.
What are you worried about?
That you might not have complete control.
It is not my will.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I trust my God. That's good enough for me.
All right, I'll walk away.
I will go out into the night.
Did you ever make that intimidation roll?
Ding, ding, ding. No. Well, 16.
It's my one heart
Okay.
to heart for the season.
There
Check it
is.
out.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Same stuff. Okay. All of you meet back up at Ward 5's. Fuck you guys. I almost fucking said district. Ward 5's west exit out of the city. What everyone has brought their full supplement of supplies, probably a bit of food for the travel and rations. I would
We haven't
assume
needed
so.
I
rations
just
in a
bring
long
some
time.
scraps from the butcher shop that they had to toss out.
Yeah. Well,
like
honestly, you guys are at the point where unless it's super pertinent, money-wise, we won't worry about rations. You're making enough gold. It's not really...
Just supply wise.
Especially-
Yes,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
all making enough gold.
Yeah,
We'll say
all of
you,
us.
Because you don't know
have
how far you're
stable
going.
income.
Does a week's rations
Sure.
seem fair enough?
10 rations, yeah.
Yeah, I was assuming we'd all have like tents at this point.
Yeah.
That-
definitely
that's stuff
am.
you buy. To be fair.
I know. I didn't use a tent in the jungle. I won't use a tent now.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a tent.
I have
Just
a
because
tent.
Eamon spent money on it.
Yeah. Diego has a tent.
'Cause I didn't
It's
have
where-
one in
it's
season
where
one
he
either to
normally
start.
is.
The giant,
Shut up.
the giant circus.
Don't out
tent.
me. Don't out my homelessness.
Renastier right.
Why is that tent made of cardboard?
Oh, no.
It's the best card.
God damn it.
He smells so much better than he should.
Are you affixing any...
Yep.
What? Into what?
So, I have a little prism that I'm going to put in the little rose on the top of the cane.
Okay.
It's a retrieval prism. And then I have a little leaf just
On
kind
you.
of tucked in
Okay.
somewhere.
Word. Sicketh. So you guys meet back up in the morning, probably around 8 a.m. It takes both you guys about an hour to get to that exit. So get up at 7, be there by 8 a.m.
I would have scrambled some eggs for us.
Okay, for sure.
Just so everyone's aware.
Cool. We get there. I'm like,
He's
oh, Eamon, those eggs were delightful. I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm slowly learning how to cook, and it's one of the 2 things I can make. So,
Okay. Yeah, everybody good to go? I assume there's no real visual changes to you guys leaving.
my hat's black now.
Yeah, specifically a visual change to Eamon.
Correct. Yes,
Thank you.
You are correct. Not really anywhere for you to like duck into alleys to check the tablet. However, the road is much less traveled, so just check it when there's no one around, I assume.
Just keeps weaving into bushes.
What? Check it when Diego's not around?
Yeah. I just go behind your back.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could try to.
At this point, I'm just going to fucking pull it out.
Okay.
What is that?
I don't know. I turn it off and put it away.
I mean, this is gaslighting. You realize that.
Correct. I'm glad one of you are not able to realize that. You'd be astounded how long that's gone on.
I know what it is. There's just no point in me bringing it up.
No, you don't.
See?
So slumps back over.
So you guys continue to follow the tablet out and away from Wakuzana. Like I said, many who live out here, there's a couple closer akin to neighborhoods of wood houses, very close to Wakuzana's walls, but quite quickly, within 15, 20 minutes, you get to farmland, ranches, the occasional tavern for travelers, tavern/inn and farms. You would go pretty much most of the day, if not all of it.
What's the weather like for the season here? Is it like
it is
wintry?
early spring, late winter, so pretty crisp in the morning, breaching a little bit into warm when the sun's full in the sky, back down to probably in our terms to put it like low 50s at night.
That's not bad at all.
Honestly. Yeah, by this point, there are farm fields out in all directions. You can see, not in all directions. You can see kind of on the crests of a couple hills past, it looks like there is the beginnings of forested country. After walking for probably around 7, sun has fully set, and suddenly the tablet begins to dim. It emits a crackling sound as it does so, and then it loses all light when you go to check it.
Can I make a crafting check?
Yes.
26.
So think of this tablet by now. It's pretty clear that it is like sending out, I know you're going to hate this, but a magical pulse. When it hits whatever that pulse that is sent out hits whatever this is pointing to, it kind of pings that back, and then this tablet just points to it. Something is very clearly disturbing that pulse. You can test it. If you take a couple steps back, it starts again.
Okay. Something in this area is affecting this
just to
device.
Set the scene, there is only one building in sight. It's a long, one-story wooden building. There look to be sprawling fields of grapevines on either side of the road in all directions. A few spots of lantern or torchlight in the fields, presumably of workers coming in for the night or guards guarding the fields or whatever. You're just in the road. No one else around. Most people have found shelter for the night by now. But yeah. Anybody, you say that? Did you say something's interfering with it? I'm sorry. Anybody can roll Arcana or Occultism.
I would like to
recall knowledge on whatever's.
A recall knowledge?
Yes, you can just roll.
How close are we to this house?
Decently far away, a couple 100 feet.
I say if we get closer, I can detect if anything magical is present. Or I can just guess right now.
What'd everybody get?
No.
Well, this is less detecting magic in the vicinity and more what could cause this disruption.
22.
Okay.
What are we rolling? Arcana?
Arcana or Occultism?
Or recall knowledge.
What is a recall knowledge check? You could just use esoteric lore for that, yes.
Yeah, like 15.
Hello, GM Jack here with a quick rules explanation. So Diego has a special lore skill called esoteric lore, which is the culmination of knowledge through stories and people rather than study in academia. In combination with another feat he chose, this essentially means he knows a little bit about literally everything. So anytime the party is recalling knowledge on stuff, Diego will be rolling esoteric lore instead of the pertinent skill. It is worth noting that it can only be used to recall knowledge, not anything else, which I do get wrong for a bit, but that mistake should only be around for this level, I believe. Anyways, I just wanted to jump in and explain what exactly esoteric lore is, since you're going to be hearing about it a lot moving forward. Now, back to the action. Diego, there are a couple magical things that you can think of that could disrupt the pulse. Without further knowledge, it'd be kind of hard to narrow it down, but any strong magical presence, whether that be a creature with a strong magical presence or a long-standing ritual being performed or something like that, or any sort of anti-divination / detection magic, could also just, whether it be specifically protection against whatever this is or not, it could be interfering with the signal.
Doesn't really narrow it down.
Well, it narrows it down.
It could be magic that's stopping it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it narrows it down to what could be causing it, not exactly what it is. And as that happened, you hear a scream, very loud, from one of the fields of vines. And you guys had to take a quick turn just in time to see the closest to all of you of the lights moving through the field. There's 3 of them. It looks like it just snuffs out. You can't really tell because the vines are too high to see what's going on.
Is it still light out?
No, it is dark. You're probably 150 feet away from this light. The grapevines are too tall and it's too far away to get a good look at whatever has happened. But you are not infinitely, but you are much closer to whatever has just happened. It sounded like a man's scream of pain go out into the night than the other 2 lights. The Androthan tablet has led the party due west, though with the interference, they seem to have hit a dead end. Still, the party's focus has been pulled to whoever let out that scream. Are they under attack? If so, will the party get there in time? Oh yeah, and what's up with this Diego guy? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.